Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and even though today is Wednesday, July 29th when I am filming this, this is my July update. There were only a couple days left in July, and I had a surprise day off work today. An hour before I was supposed to start work, the job canceled. So I got some errands done, and I said to myself, you know what? I should film this video because then I'll have time to get it up and get it up to you guys and all that. A lot has happened. And you know, when you do only one video a month, I sat here earlier and made notes because I don't want to forget to show you guys anything or talk about anything. So I did cross stitch this month for only the first 3 days of the month. The rest was diamond painting or nothing, because there were many days I did nothing. So on Saturday, July 4th, and I know you guys know that we had to do this, we went to a wedding back where we used to live. It was 108 degrees that day, ladies and gentlemen. In dress clothes, hot. Fucking hot, like hot. We left the house about 9:30 in the morning and got home at 8 p.m. But good kids that got married. It was good to see everybody that we saw. And all in all, I'm glad we went. And that is the last wedding we have to go to now until October. We have another wedding to go to in October. Everybody getting married. And you know what? I joked, but I told everybody, y'all need to stay married. Because we've gone to a whole lot of stuff in like the last year. Y'all need to stay married. So, okay. Diamond painting. No, cross stitch. So I'm pretty sure I told you guys I've been working on Whimsical Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Absolutely love the design so much. I am stitching mine on 18 count perforated PVC with Sulky. So I converted the colors. So my colors, which we're going to hold it up side by side, look a little different than theirs. So here's theirs. Here's mine. See how my pink is like darker? So is the teal. Their teal is more like a light blue. I love mine. I think it is turning out amazing. I only have a very small part to do. I only have the last part, which is this guy right here, the frog with the mushroom. That's it. And I'll be done. And to fully finish it, I have this. What did I do with it? See, that's something else I should have pulled out. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. What did I do with it? Oh, okay, here it is. This is from Starry Night Studios, and it is one of her backing boards. And it has the easel, so I'll just prop it somewhere. So all I'm going to do, literally, that's going to look so cute, right? I'm just going to literally tape it to this board. Done. Such an easy finishing. Alyssa, her name is Alyssa. Alyssa does a fantastic job with these boards. She has tons of fabrics, different sizes. I mean, she's even branched out to make boards for specific designs, for Primrose Cottage, for Little House Needleworks, Country Cottage Needleworks. Like, such an easy way to finish your project. Okay, that's all I have to talk about for cross stitch, unfortunately, but you guys are here to see me. You're not here to see cross stitch, right? Okay. Books. We're going to talk about books because I read a bunch of books. And you don't realize that either until I start compiling and trying to gather the books that I read. All right. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this because I finished this one at the end of June. Chris Whitaker's We Begin at the End. If I mentioned it, I apologize, but this book is worth mentioning again. If you liked Chris Whitaker's All the Colors of the Dark, you will love this book. Similar storytelling. Like, you can tell that he wrote this book. Is it a woman? Before I say, I think it's a guy. Yeah, it is. He lives in the UK with his wife. So good. I love this book so much. I would give it 100 stars if I could. Just gonna be throwing stuff on the floor. Now, one book that I forgot to mention last month that I know I read, Nora Murphy's Ours is a Tale of Murder. Dude, this book. You think you are reading something, and then about halfway through, it turns it on its head. When I got to the second part, I said, what? What? Like, I love books like that, though. Because then I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no, no. So good. Highly recommend. I recommend all the books I read. Okay, so actually what I read, well, no, I have one more honorable mention that I will probably mention all year because it literally is the book that I'm probably never going to forget. And what is that book? Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. I don't even know what to say about this, except when we were at the retreat, Terry, Joe, Anne, and I all went to Walmart. It was on Wednesday, the day before the retreat, because we were all there the day before. I was telling Terry about this book, and I said, you need to read it. It's not really her normal style of book, but I didn't care. She said, if we see it at Walmart, I'm going to buy it. It was there. Yeah. So the premise of this book, without giving stuff away, the main character of the book has a very popular YouTube channel that reminds me of like the Pioneer Woman. Like not the Pioneer Woman, how she dresses, but this woman dresses like in prairie clothes and everything is made from scratch. And her home is like, you know, Little House on the Prairie, which by the way, they did that reboot on Netflix. Love it. So she's talking about all that, right? And about her YouTube channel and how it does it and all that. And then it goes to the next day and she wakes up and she's in 1855. What? Brutal. And you're trying to guess the whole time because I'm like, how does someone wake up in 1855? You'll never guess it. You will never, ever guess it. Jill read this book first, immediately said, are you reading this? And I'm like, no, never even heard of it. This book went viral. It is going to be turned into a movie. Cannot wait to see that movie. And I'm thinking who should play the main character? Anne Hathaway. That's who I think should be doing. When I got to the end of this and you figure out what's going on, this is a book that I sat down and I just sat and stared for like 5 minutes. And then I messaged Jill to say, what the actual hell did I just read? So good. I'll talk about this every month. It is a book, just like Joe Nothing's Guide to Life by Helen Fisher. It is a book I will never forget. There are some books that stick in your head. That one is going to stick in my head for a very long time. Okay, I also read Aggie Blum Thompson's Such a Lovely Family. Another good one. Bad people doing bad things. Bad people doing very, very bad things. Domestic suspense. J.T. Ellison's Last Scene. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yeah, her whole life she believed her mom was in a car crash. She finds out she was murdered. And so she goes on the hunt to figure out what really happened. And she does figure it out. Very good. Suspenseful. And then probably the most Delulu wackadoo book that I read this month was Natalie Borelli. Remember, I read Natalie Borelli's The Housewife also. Natalie Borelli's Finders Keepers. The premise of this obviously is what drew me in. I read this first and then Jill read it and she's like, what did I read? I love when I say that though. The main character of the book is walking. She lives in New York City and she's walking along and she sees a book in the window of a bookstore. And she goes in and she's like, that's my diary. What? Can you imagine seeing your diary printed? Someone stole it and printed it. one of the nuttiest books I've ever read. I mean, yes, crazy in a good way. Like, I don't even know what to say. Nutty, cuckoo, yeah. I also read The Housewife by Natalie Borelli. I just finished that today. I will put up a screenshot of it because I read it on my beautiful Kindle. And then when I was going to the retreat and coming back, because I have a 3.5-hour ride both ways, I listened to Jack Danes, His First Wife, and I'll put up that screenshot. So good. I really loved it. So I may like go to read his other stuff because it was free on YouTube to listen to it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And you know, you go all the way to the end and you're figuring out something like in the last 2 minutes of the book. A+. Okay, that was all the books I read. So I read 7 books this month. That's impressive, I think. I like that. I like that very much. Okay. And speaking of stitching, so you guys know, because I've mentioned it before, the 18 count perforated paper or PVC, it's only available in white. I have colored it with Distressed Oxide ink. I have paint pens that I'm willing to color it with. I have emailed Witchelt twice now, asking them to please print it in all of the colors that they print the 14 count in. I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know the process. Like, I don't know how they do it. So is it a giant pain in the butt to do it for 18 count? It would be fantastic, though, to be able to stitch something on black, blue, lime green, purple. I mean, because I'm sold. I am completely sold on stitching on this with Sulky. I love it. I just love it so much. And I can see the holes very, very easily on the 18 count. Okay. Diamond painting. So, I'm trying to think, where do I even begin? Okay, see that shelf right there? There is another one on the other side of my room. I bought it, Bill put it up. Now I have 2 shelves. I can display 10 diamond paintings at a time. When I take you around, I will show you the other shelf. So grateful for that. The shelf was $75 or $72. Not bad. You could hang off that. Like, it can hold, I don't know, a crazy amount of weight. The diamond paintings are very light. I found the way that I love to finish these, right? So here's the dragon one that I did. What I do is I put washi tape all around the outside, so I cover the corners. Then I tend to put, and I didn't on here, but I will tend to put a glitter washi tape so you can see a little bit of glitter. And then I put a piece of scrapbook paper on the back of it. And I just discovered that little thing this month that I like to do it instead of leaving the white back, because these are canvas tiles. This is not like the thick canvas. I wanted a way to display them where they all stood up the same exact way, because I tried to use like the easels that you would put a plate on. They sit too far back. I didn't like it. I want them to sit up straight like that. Then I got like the easel that Nicole uses on the back. I got these. They worked good. However, because I wasn't putting them in the same spot, which is user error, they were still sitting too far back. And I said, okay, I need to do some more research. So I did some research, and I had used, you can buy cardboard easels that are made to hold up like placards for weddings or parties or whatever. The ones I had bought off of Amazon, when I got them, I didn't like them. They seemed very cheap, and they only came in white, and I wasn't pleased. And I was going round and round. I was asking Bill. I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I even went on Etsy and looked all around. And finally, after searching on Amazon, I found these easels, and they are the ticket. Okay, first, you can see how nice this sits up straight. Okay, so This is all from the same company. I found white ones and they're almost like comic book board. Like they're smooth and thick and very well made. They also come in black. Fantastic. And they come in pink. Now, I need 10-inch. The pink ones are longer. They're 12-inch. All I do is I use my guillotine cutter over there and I cut 2 inches off the top. Perfection. That's exactly what I did for the back of this. So I put the scrapbook paper on and then I used a pink easel. I try to make it look so you can't see up there, but if the back of the paper or the diamond painting has some black in it, I'll use a black easel. Or if it has white on the back of the paper, I'll use a white one. I think this looks so good. And it folds flat because I do want to open an Etsy store. When I get enough done, I want to open an Etsy store and try to sell them because what am I going to do with all these? I love doing them, but what am I going to do with all of them? And you guys know that I also figured out, thanks to Diamond Grandma, the Minwax polycrylic seals it. Now, I ruined 2 diamond paintings by slapping on the seal and doing it too hard, moving the diamonds. So Bill was like, we were talking and I said, you know what? I need to be able to spray or mist it on here first to like get it set and then brush it on. I had this bottle from when I had like makeup spray. It's a mister. So what I wound up doing, because the Minwax polycrylic is a thin water-based product. It's not thick like glue. It is thin. So I bought these collapsible funnels on Amazon, put it in here, poured some of the Minwax in here. And then what I did, I had this box. This is also off Amazon. It's Velcro on the side. I didn't want to just use an Amazon box. I wanted something that I could close. I set the diamond painting in here, mist it, let it dry, and then I can brush the stuff on. And trust me when I say, I love this so much. It came in a 2-pack. I have another one. Trust me when I say those diamonds aren't going anywhere now. When I mail them to someplace really hot, like McKenna lives in Arizona where it's 1 billion degrees every day. She likes to send me the reading on her vehicle because I want to scream. They're not going anywhere. And what's awesome about the Minwax, the polycrylic, my biggest concern wasn't the diamonds. It was the part that isn't diamond painted. You cannot tell. You cannot tell you have sealer on it. Fantastic. So using those easels, love it because like I said, it stands up perfectly straight. Fantastic. Okay. Went to the retreat that I just came back. We were back on Sunday. So I was there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, came home Sunday. For the first time ever, I left really early. I left at 8:30 in the morning and I was there by noon. Terry and Joe had gotten there like 15 minutes before me. So you can't get into your room till like 2 or 3. But trust me when I say leaving that early worked out because I was able to get a room on the first floor, right down so did Terry and Joe. It was phenomenal having a room on the first floor. And I'm so glad that I did because I wound up hurting myself on the last day of the retreat. So if you know me, you know I don't like bugs. Bugs need to stay outside. Their home is outside. It's not in any part of my house or my hotel room. Friday night, come back to the room, and I go to put something on the bed, and I look up. Now, the ceilings are really high in the hotel room, right? I go to look up, and there's a bug on the ceiling. Now, I think it was a really big moth. Now, I'm going to tell you, at home, well, we have pest control that we pay for every month, but when I have to kill a bug, when we were at the other house, I would spray whatever was in the vicinity on it. Hairspray, furniture polish. I didn't care. I would spray whatever. I didn't have anything. And this was so high up. I tried throwing my shoe at it and my shoe went behind the TV. So I had to pull out stuff and crawl underneath the table to get my shoe. But that wasn't where I hurt myself. I'm like, all right. I'm going to have to stand on something to be able to reach. I was going to I took one of my little towels and was just going to slap it, at least try to get it on the floor. Everything they had in the room to stand on, I didn't want to stand on the table because I did not know if it would hold me. They had a chair, but it was rolling. Then they had these 2 large orange squares that you can sit on. They also rolled, but not as much as the chair. And I'm like, oh, I'll be able to stand on that. Ma'am, sir. So I stand on it and I hit the bug with the towel and I do kill it. I do get it. But when I do that, my leg goes to the side and I stumble. I don't fall off of it, but I pull a muscle in my leg, in my lower part of my leg on the side. Immediately, I know I've done something because it hurts to walk. I'm trying to stretch it. I'm massaging it. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me right now. So I get up the next day, which is the last day of the retreat for me, is Saturday. And it hurts to walk. But I take ibuprofen. I'm like, I'll get through it. I've had stuff happen before. But I'm limping. So many people noticed I was limping. And I had to say, yep, killed a bug in my room. And my leg is much better now. But let me tell you, luckily it was not my right leg. So driving home on Sunday, I had no issue. But it hurt like a mofo. It's much better today, 4 days after I did it. I left the retreat on Sunday at 5:30 in the morning. There was no one in the lobby, no one out. I got home by 9 o'clock and there was no traffic. That is the way to do it, truly. It was a wonderful time. It was so wonderful to see Jill and spend time with her, see Terry and spend time with her. Terry is one of my favorite people on this planet. And I hadn't seen her in a couple years because she has not been able to go. It was just such a blessing to be able to see her and talk to her and spend time with her. The only, I don't even want to say issue, the only, I guess, disappointment, and I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this when you go to a retreat, finding a seat. Now, there were people lined up at the doors, hours before the retreat started. And you can sit 8 at a table. For the past 3 years, I have been able to sit with the same people. We love it, right? Now, I walk around during the retreat and talk to everybody, see what everybody's stitching. I literally this time took a picture of every single person stitching at the retreat because my dad wanted to see it. So I sent him about 100 pictures, literally. We were in the back of the line. By the time we got in there was stuff on every table. And I panicked a little bit and we wound up being split up. It was 4 of us at one table, Verna, Jill, me, and Anne. And then there was 3 people at another table, Regina, Anna, and Regina and Anna, Terry and Joe. Sherry, Ann's daughter, was not able to make it, although she did pop in to see us, which was very nice to see her. And then Cindy got there really late because she ran into a ton of traffic. So I gave her a heads up. I don't know where you're going to sit because she found us one seat at the table in front of us. So she sat completely away from all of our group. And I told Terry that next year, because I was down in the lobby at 7 a.m., but I was at the front. I was at the seeing people come in. I'm going to plant my ass right in front of that table, right in front of the door. I'm going to be there 6 a.m. I'm going to be the first one in there So what's wonderful is that Arlene, the organizer of the retreat, she sends around a survey every year at the end. And she likes to have your comments. So here is what I commented. And if she watches this video, she's going to know it's me. The survey is anonymous, but I am not afraid to say how I feel about this, right? What I said was, and I don't want to cause her any stress or the people that work for her because she puts on, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. The organization, the raffles, everything she does. She runs around so much that I think she hardly has any time to sit and enjoy herself. And I love it. I mean, she's done 7 of them. I've gone to every single one. I said, is there any way to do a seating chart? Because each of the tables in there, they all have a DMC number. Like our table was 931, okay? By the way, the people that I sat with at the table, I sat with Bev and her sister, which I can't remember her name, and then 2 other ladies that were mother and daughter. Phenomenal people. They were fantastic. We talked, we laughed. I've known Bev for a while because she has watched the channel. So it was wonderful to sit there with them. Don't get me wrong. But I like sitting with my people, right? You like sitting with the people you've sat with for the last 3 years. My suggestion, but I don't know how this would be incorporated, is assign seats. Like when someone registers, if you know that there's got to be a way, like it's almost like setting up like you would do seating at a wedding reception. If you know you have a whole table of 8, give them a table. There were people that were like, 2 people, 3 people, put them together at a table. Do you know what I mean? Like there were many people that had a whole table. I don't know. There has to be a way to do it. I don't know if when you sign up, because we sign up and register in October, if when you sign up, if you say, hey, I want to sit with these people, and then you have some kind of seating chart. I don't know. Like ask a question. Do you have people you want to sit with? Do you have, you know what I mean? Something. I don't know. I don't want to cause Arlene any more stress than she already has on her. And I did say that when I said all of that. If nothing can be done like that, I'm just going to sit in front of the door. I'm going to be first. I'm going to sit on that side of the lobby. Best believe next year. Okay. I got done 3.5 diamond paintings at the retreat though. Go me. Now, what I did, I'm going to show you my setup that I brought. First of all, I brought my big Vera Bradley bag, which by the way, I got off eBay years ago, still tags on it for like $40. That's like $100 bag. You can go on eBay and find, at least then I could. That bag, I still love it. I love it so much. So what I brought was, this is my angled lap desk. I originally had planned to set it in my lap, but when I got there, I was like, no, that's not going to work. I was able to set it on the table. So, at angles, you can put it at different angles. I had my cordless light pad, which this thing lasted the entire time. I think I charged it each night when I went up to my room. And you only need to have it on the lowest setting because it's bright enough. It lasted all day. And I mean, I was in there all day Friday, all day Saturday. Now, when we were shopping, eating, whatever, I turned it off, of course, but never had an issue with it going out. And then, now, Jill had a locker shelf. And because if you've ever been to a retreat, when you have 8 people at a table, it is tight. So you want to take up the least amount of footprint that you can without compromising yourself. So literally this was as wide as I took up at the table because she had the locker shelf and instead of going out, it lets you go up with your stuff, right? So I looked at her and I'm like, I need to get one of those. So I walked over to Walmart. Walmart is literally behind the hotel. I walked over to Walmart and what I found was this wood shelf that you would put in a kitchen, like for mugs or something. It was perfection. $12. It let me, because here's my diamonds. Here's what I used. I know I showed this. This is what I used for my diamonds. So on the tray, I had this. I'm going to show you what Ann made us. She made us a coaster. I was able to have my drink. I was able to have all my stuff. It was fantastic because what I did was I pulled all of these lids off and then I could just pull each one out as I needed it. This worked fantastic. And I made sure the diamond paintings I brought like fit this. It didn't have any more colors than that. It worked so good. But Jill and I walked around and we walked around with Terry also looking at everyone's setup. And Kim, who, by the way, phenomenal stitcher, phenomenal bag maker. She had this piece that she did on the table that was done all in black. I couldn't stop staring at it. Anyway, she had this monitor stand, and we all fell in love with it, and I'm going to show you why. Now, first off, it's collapsible. Wow, and it all fell apart. I can't believe it just fell apart in my bag. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I realized why it came apart, because for it to be collapsible, the legs unscrew. And when the legs unscrew, the whole thing comes apart. So here it is. Now, they have all different colors. They have white, black. This is actually purple, even though it looks pink. They do have a pink one. They have a blue one, a black. Kim had black. I like the purple one. So the diamonds would fit on top of here. Everything would fit. But look at this. It has a drawer where I would be able to put like my wax pens, my sharpener, my lip balm, because I have lip balm, like all the stuff that, you know, I would be setting on top of here. And what it is these legs screw off. So that's why it came apart. But what's also awesome is you can have 3 different lengths. It can go up 3, you know, heights. It's amazing. $13 on Amazon. So when I go, I'm going to a retreat in September in Ocean City. I'm probably going to bring diamond painting. I'm just so much in love with diamond painting now. But that thing, amazing. Terry got one. Jill's going to get one. Yes. Now, I actually, let me set that down. Wow, I'm going to have quite the mess to clean up. Arlene does raffle. And this time there was 250 items. And they're all donated. Fabric threads, all kinds of stuff. Now, this year, I didn't win anything. Last year, I cleaned up and was very grateful. Terry put all her tickets in one thing and she won it. She won this bag, a project bag that looks like a map, but she's using it for like her Bible study. I was so glad that she won that. Jill won something. A couple people did. I didn't win anything. I was okay with that. I want to say I bought like $80, $70 worth of tickets. Now, you have to write your name on the back of every ticket. The day we came home from the retreat last time, not this time, last time, I had seen labels. Someone printed labels that fit the ticket. Look what I had. Yep. And I told everybody, now this is the list of all the attendees. Next year, and I'm going to say this, so if you guys are watching that sit at my table, my original table mates that I will try to sit with, I'm going to do labels, a sheet of labels for everybody as a table gift. Because I already have the labels. You had to buy like a box of I don't know what. I'm going to do that for everybody. So that's going to be a table gift next year. Labels. Now, they had, not only was needlework with Jim, he was there as a vendor, you know, used to be Silk Weaver. They set up shop Friday and Saturday. And the only thing I bought was this. Well, no, I bought needle minders. Oh, where are they? I need to find them because I need to show them to you. I bought this, glittery, love it. This holds like all my stuff for the retreat. So Anne made us, look at this. I named mine Sammy. The frog's name is Sammy. It's a coaster. Now, its mouth opens, right? Jill was putting her orts in his mouth. We were dying laughing because look at his little tongue. She was putting them in here like he was eating them. We were dying laughing. But this is a treasure. I will forever keep that. Jill also gave us a bunch of table gifts, and one of them was hand sanitizer. How can you go wrong with that? And then I had lip balm because I am just a lip balm fiend. I have lip balm literally everywhere. And I bought needle minders. So I'm going to pause because I have to pull them off and show you. Okay, there was a point in time I had went into needlework with Jim's store and didn't buy anything. Jill went back in by herself and came back and was like, look at these needle minders I found. She had found a needle minder that looked like a Target gift card. I wanted it, but she didn't have any more. But we were dying, and she said she's going to have Rainbow Bright. And I said, I wonder if she has Strawberry Shortcake. because I love them. So we went back the next day and I bought a bunch. So I bought this really beautiful rose. Cabbage Patch Kids. Are you kidding me? Snoopy and Woodstock. And then, yes, Rainbow Bright. And look how she's like, like that. I had that on my diamond painting. And then Strawberry Shortcake holding a big strawberry. Are you kidding? Love them so much. Enjoyed that. Jill got some Rainbow Bright ones. We had a really good time looking at the needle minders. The Target gift card. I even tried to search it online and I couldn't find it. If anybody knows where I can get one, I want one. I need to probably ask them and I could get one next year, but Target gift card. I don't even go to Target, but it just looks so cute. Like I absolutely loved it. Okay. I didn't even show you the diamond paintings I did. Okay. I was quite ambitious. I originally had about 20 diamond paintings I was going to bring just to have choices. But then I was like, Danielle, you're Delulu. Do not do that. So I brought 8. That was still very ambitious because now I know I need to bring 4. Because you talk, you laugh, you eat, you're up and about. You're not diamond painting or stitching the entire time you're in there. So they also, for the first time, they had you could sell your stash. It was phenomenal. I only bought one thing, and it was this project bag. This project bag was only $12. And the front, look at that. Now, what's amazing about this, it perfectly holds these 10 by 10 diamond paintings. So this has all the ones that I had ironed and was going to bring. And what I did, look, I just hang it right here. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It could not work out any perfectly. So I do have one on my table that I'm going to show you that I'm almost done. But let me show you the ones I got done because they're beautiful. Okay, I'm going to try to pull them out very carefully. Just hold, please. Hold very carefully without ruining them. Okay. Everyone loved the diamond paintings, by the way. And I was the only one there with diamond painting. Everyone else was stitching. I could give 2 craps though. I love the diamond paintings. Okay, I finished this one. Now, let me go in order. That was the second one I did. Here's the first one I did, and it turned out so phenomenal. Look how gorgeous. Look at her hair. Are you kidding? Stunning. Love it. It was just so much fun to work on. And let me tell you, it was so easy to do these and still talk. I didn't miscount. I didn't stitch anything in the wrong spot. Perfection. Then I did this one. And I have to say, the special diamonds, like these roses and stuff, they're my favorite part about it. When you, like, and look at, like, the yellow ones. It's just stunning. It's just so beautiful. Then this one, oh, this was the third one. Ah! Look at all of, like, her earring and all of this. Bling out the yin yang. Love it. Terry was like, oh, I love her eyeshadow. And what's funny is I would finish it and I'd just go to my room and get the next one. And somebody would come back and be like, where's the other one? I finished it. I don't know why the thing got dark now. It's like, oh, you know, it's actually darker outside. Okay, and then this one is the one I partly got done. I'm just going to peel the paper off so you can see. This one is beautiful though. So I got done up here, that, and then this. Did I get all of that done? No, I didn't get done the roses. So, and then I have all of her. Beautiful. Just, I literally have so many of these. I feel like I bought every single one that Temu has because I have 3 drawers filled to the top. So I probably have like 200 of them. No lie. So I got plenty to do. Because when I go on Temu now, and I haven't gone on there a while and looked, when I go on there now to look, I'm like, oh, I have that one. Oh, I have that one. Oh, I have that one. So many. And then I will take you over there and show you the one that I'm currently working on, that I was working on before I left. And I'm almost done. I only have a teeny tiny bit. Then I will take you downstairs to show you a really wonderful gift that I got from Cindy. She gave me a whole bag of gifts that were belated birthday gifts. And it was all like book themed stuff. And it was just fantastic. It was so nice and generous of her to do that. And very unexpected. I was like kind of thrown for a loop. So let me pull you over here. Here is the diamond painting I'm currently working on. I only have like this little section right here to do. Again, beautiful. I love how they just have all these flowing dresses and everything. I just love it. I just love it so much. Okay. Yeah, look at all that mess of what I just showed you. Okay, let's go downstairs because I will show you Cindy's gift. And then we're in the process of getting Bill's garage done. And we had the floor epoxied on Monday. Now, I will put up a picture right here of the side by side where it shows the floor before and the floor after, night and day. The floor was horrific in there. Here is the blanket that Cindy got me. Look at all the book titles. And I've been sitting here. So I haven't been sitting in the library very much until yesterday. I said, you know what I'm going to start doing? Because I wasn't sitting in here very much. Last night, said goodnight to Bill at 8 o'clock. I came in here, made a cup of decaf coffee, and sat and read my book. And it was raining. It was pouring down rain because we've had storms here. It was glorious. It was so wonderful. And then normally in the morning, I will get coffee and get back in bed. I came out here this morning. I need to start using this beautiful space that I have. So she also got me this pop-up birthday card. Love it. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to keep that forever. Now, something I got that I did not show you. There were 2 plant hooks in the corner. And I'm like, I said to Bill, I'm going to get some fake plants. Don't they look real? They're fake. I kill plants. I can't keep plants. These look so good. Let me get up close. They look real, especially that one. And I want to say it was like $10, $15 on Amazon. I mean, and it comes with the pot and everything. It all came together. Amazing. I love it. Okay, I'm going to take you into the garage though and really show you the garage. I put up the side by side, but let me take you in there. Oh, I'll also show you. I got new bedding. I don't know if, see, I can't remember what I showed you guys from. Oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? We walked on it yesterday. We're getting it painted. So you see how the walls are just nasty. We are getting the garage painted, plus the back of the door, plus the stairs and everything. We're getting it painted on August 7th, I want to say. And then the same guy is painting the garage and then coming back 2 days later, and we're going to get 2 new doors here. We're going to get louvered doors because these doors actually are sort of hard to open. And I'm getting a new bedroom door because it's warped. And when you shut it, it has like an inch gap. It's so bizarre. But yeah, I got new bedding. I didn't know if I showed you guys. I cannot remember. Love it so much. The comforter is actually reversible. So if you want to, you could do that blue, but I like the white. And I also got new sheets. We found a company on Amazon that their jersey knit sheets, they are the softest sheets that I've ever had. Bill has them on his bed. I have them on this. And so I matched it. The reason why I got new bedding, and this is just a personal pet peeve of mine. You see how the top of the comforter is like this? When you buy a quality comforter, see how there's like stitching there? The comforter I had bought, that was beautiful. It was like the big colorful flowers. The top of the stuffing had migrated down and I couldn't get it back up there. And I dealt with it for like 2 months, and Bill was like, well, just get a new comforter. And I said, I really like this one. I'm going to try to stick it out. And then it annoyed me so much. I still have the comforter, just if we ever need a spare for some reason, but this is not doing that. So, and this comforter was half the price of the one that the stuff migrated. I don't know. I can't tell you. So, but yeah. Okay, let me look at my work email real quick. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't work today because our job canceled. So I have one more thing to talk to you guys about, that if you guys want to just stop watching the video right now, you can once I say what it is, because I know not everybody is going to be interested in this. But I was sitting here diamond painting. Let me sit down for a second. I was sitting here diamond painting. I want to say it was about 3 weeks ago. I was watching the movie War Room. If you have not seen this movie, what it is this woman is a real estate agent and her marriage is failing. She goes to see a house that she's going to list for sale, where you go through it with the owner, see the rooms, all of that. She's going through the house and she opens this door and she sees all these prayers on the wall. And she says to the woman, "What is this room?" And the woman says, the owner of the house, "I like to call this my war room." Where she goes in there, she prays, she tacks it up on the wall. She calls it her war room, she said, because when you go in there and you pray and you talk to God, you are warring with Satan, going to war. When I was watching that movie, I kept looking at my craft closet and looking and looking and looking. And this was Saturday and Sunday when Bill did a fishing tournament, and he was literally gone from like 2 a.m. until 8:00 at night both days. So I didn't see him very much. And something just told me, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to open that closet and I'm going to see if I could turn that into a prayer closet. And I did. It took me about 3 weeks to get everything, to change it. When Bill came home, I said, I need you to take the closet doors off. Now, I'll be honest, I was very hesitant to mention it to him and have him take off the closet doors because, you know, the topic of religion and God can be very sticky with some people. They don't want to talk about it, right? He didn't balk at it though. He took off the doors, and then I went to town with doing stuff. So I'm going to take you guys in there. But first, I want to talk about my Bible. So 3 years ago, when I really started to pray and all of that and get a Bible, I bought Joyce Meyer's Everyday Life Bible used on Amazon. And I'm sure I've talked about it because when I got it, I was blown away. First off, when I bought it, I didn't realize all the books were already tabbed. The previous owner had tabbed all the books. Not to mention, they had highlighted things, written notes in there. The one scripture about having the faith of a mustard seed, the woman had taped a mustard seed to the page. I love stuff like that. Now, I have had that Bible for 3 years. I did not know how long the previous owner had it. I bought, because it was like paperback, I bought a custom cover off of Etsy for it. When I was doing the prayer closet, which I promise I will show you, the Bible's falling apart now. Both the covers have come off. Some of the tabs are in danger of coming off. Pages are ripped. I mean, it's been loved and used. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get a new Bible. I wanted to get the same one because I love the format. It's Joyce Meyer. She puts it in everyday terms, which I absolutely love that. So I went online and I found one that had an imitation leather cover. I thought because it's the same Bible that it would fit in my custom cover. It doesn't. And I had talked with Terry because I said, how do you dispose of a Bible? Because I didn't want to just throw it in the trash. That just seemed horrific to me. She said, you can give it to a church. You could donate it. She keeps hers. I didn't want to keep it because I have a new one. I had done some research online, and I'm so glad that I talked to Terry about this. I had seen somewhere where it said you could bury it. Where would I be burying it? In my backyard? No. But something also said about burning it. And I talked to Bill and he was like, well, we can take it to my work and do it. So I was literally going to do that. I mentioned it to Terry just yesterday and she said, please don't burn it. Like, it's sacrilegious to do that. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? So I said, you know what? I'm going to donate it to the thrift store that I love that supports our local hospice here. But then I was thinking last night, and so I did some more research. Where can I donate a Bible? I found this company in Alabama that is called Love Packages, where they literally will take any Bible and they give it to someone in need, someone who can't afford a Bible. So I mailed today the whole Bible with the cover anyway, holding it together, my custom cover. And I wrote them a letter. I wrote them a letter explaining how long I had had the Bible, how I had bought it, how much it meant to me. I know it's falling apart, but I hope it can go to someone who is really desiring a Bible and maybe can't afford one. And I said, they're going to see all my highlighting and my tabbing in there. So I mailed that today to them. So I really hope that it goes to a good purpose, that somebody goes. Now, what I did before that, I spent about 6 hours, if not more. I went through every single page of my old Bible and highlighted everything in the new one that I had highlighted in the old one. And when I got to the part about the mustard seed, I wanted that mustard seed. I was able to pull the tape off of it and take it and tape it in the new Bible. And I had bought tabs for the new Bible. So as I got to the books, I tabbed them. I'm going to show you the Bible because it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. But let me show you the prayer closet and how I use it and what I actually did. Okay, here it is if you look at it from back here. So I wound up putting up curtains, which these are 3M hooks that I just turned sideways. So you can just close it like this. When I'm in there, I tend to do that. Let me go back and show you. Where just beautiful. But most of the time when I'm in here, I have these back like this because I want to see the closet because all of the decals and the decorations I have in here are just beautiful. So the curtain rod is also very lightweight. And I'm sorry, I am trying to fix these curtains with one hand. Also 3M. These are 3M. That holds it up because I didn't want to put holes in the walls. Now, if you remember, this bench was in here. This holds like my Stitchmate and all of the things. This bench will hold 300 pounds. So I wanted to keep this in here so I could sit. So here is my Bible. And look at all the tabs, all the books. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's wonderful. So that's the Bible. So I sit here. I have a rug. I have a pillow. So this is the biggest decal. With God, all things are possible, Matthew 19:26. This is a shelf. Now, this shelf was going to go up here originally, and it just didn't work. It works perfect here. These are cards. These are actually blank business cards that every day when I come in here and I read a devotional and read my Bible and talk to God and pray, anybody I pray for or anything I do, I write up here. So here is this bulletin board was actually the bulletin board I had in my office. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use this as my prayer board. So on this day today, I prayed for Terry. She lost power in a storm. She's been having a little bit of a difficult time with things. So I prayed for her. I prayed for my dad because he has had van trouble and it's just been one thing after another. And then the passage I had read was about guarding and guiding. So I wrote that. And that is a letter from my friend Becky, who the letter means so much to me. It will stay up there forever because she made me, look at this bracelet. It says, it's what would Jesus do? She makes these bracelets. They're wonderful. Absolutely love it. So when she sent me the bracelet, she sent me that note. These candles are battery operated flameless candles that I have on this remote. So when I come in here, and they flicker like real candles. And then I did this decal over here, Matthew 6:6, but you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. I thought that was perfect for a prayer closet. Now here is my cross. I wanted something unique, something that wasn't just a plain cross. This one spells out faith, phenomenal. Stuck all this up here with 3M strips. So what I do is I sit here and I face this, read devotional, talk, whatever. And then up here, I got that picture, this picture, they match. And then I got this decal that says War Room because I wanted that. And then I got all of this at Hobby Lobby, all of these little things, plus the flowers. And then I have fairy lights. So when I come in here, and it's all battery operated, when I come in here, I turn on the fairy lights, I have the candles. And believe it or not, I will come up here multiple times a day. I do come up here in the morning, read my passage, pray, spend a good 20 minutes or so up here. And then if I have breaks through the day, because I have many devotionals, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the one I read every day. Terry and I both have it because you can take notes, which I love to do that. So I read that one first thing when I'm sitting in there. But if I come up during the day when I have a break from work, I will just pick another one and just read the passage. It's amazing that whatever I'm going through or thinking about, the devotional always seems to be fitting. Today's was very fitting. But this was a project of love. I loved doing all of this and getting this put together. I found, I had stuff in here. I found spots for all of it. And I'm so grateful to be able to have done this and have this because it turned out stunning. Now, what I did, that's washi tape. Those were the things where the doors were. It was like brass. It didn't look good. So I actually covered it with washi tape. And then this whole thing up here is washi tape. Yeah, I was a good 2-3 weeks doing this because I was waiting for stuff to come in the mail. As stuff came in, I was trying to plan where to put it. Bill helped me get the decal, like the thing on the wall, but I'm the one that got them all up there. I had to stand on a step stool, obviously, to do this one, but I knew I wanted something to say War Room, and it was perfect. Everything came together how I had imagined it in my mind. So that was my July. Whole lot of stuff going on, right? This video is almost an hour. But yeah, I am going to today, because Bill is at Assateague fishing. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Okay. Not only, this will be the last thing I talk about and then I'll let you guys go. Not only in July did I hurt my leg at the retreat, I had an accident on the electric bike. So Bill and I have gone to Assateague twice. And it is a beach, wild horses. They have tons of bike trails. The first time we went months ago, it was beautiful weather. We loved it, no problem. Now, you have to remember that an electric bike is a machine, right? And my throttle, so to run the bike, Bill's is different than mine. Bill's, you have to push a button. Mine, you kind of pull it back like a motorcycle. We came to this spot where we had to cross a street where cars were coming, and then it went kind of down in an incline. And I was afraid to ride the bike in the road and down the incline. I was afraid I was going to fall. So I said, well, why don't we walk the bikes across the street? Now, what I'm going to tell you, and I did this after this happened for the rest of the time. When you get off of an electric bike, turn it off immediately. Turn it off. I did not. So we go to cross the street. We get across the street a little bit, and I go to push the bike down the incline. My hand hits the throttle. Now, instead of letting the bike go, because I should have just let it go, let the bike fall, I went with it, and I fell on the bike hard. And I almost cried because it hurt. I didn't break any bones. I didn't hit my head. I didn't hit my face or my teeth. Thank God. I got up and thanked God immediately that it could have been so much worse than that. But what I did do was I had a giant bruise here, banged my arm. Both of my legs are banged up. Bruises all over the place. And luckily I wasn't bleeding because I had worn capri pants. And when I stood up, Bill's like, are you okay? And I said, I think so. I'm like, I don't feel like anything's broken. But the next day, when we came home, OMG, I am supposed to have a massage this Friday that I canceled because I'm still so bruised up. And when I was at the retreat, I wear long sleeves anyway. It doesn't matter to me if it's 90 degrees outside. I don't own a pair of shorts. I don't ever wear a bathing suit. I'm just not comfortable. I'm comfortable in this stuff. Long sleeves, leggings. So at the retreat, I should have showed you my Stitch NJ hoodie. At the retreat, I said, you guys are not going to see me in short sleeves because I'm all banged up. And so I told everyone about the accident. And it was freezing in the stitching room anyway. But yeah, so there was merchandise you could buy. I bought a pink hoodie that said Stitch NJ. And thank God I did, because I wore that thing Friday and Saturday. It was freezing in there. I'm always cold anyway. But yeah, bike accident, no joke. And Bill was like, well, I'm sure that's the last time we're going to do this. And I said, no, I will ride it again. I just know now. I should have just rode the bike down the incline. It would have been fine. But when you get off the bike, turn it off. It's a machine. But it could have been so much worse. But yeah, I've done some things to myself here the past couple weeks. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got that I can think of. That was a lot. I've been talking for an hour and 2 minutes. I hope you guys have all had a good July. I mean, we are hurtling through summer. I know kids start back to school in August. So I hope you guys have a wonderful August. And as always, thank you for watching and subscribing and commenting and every month coming back to watch me and support me. I highly, highly appreciate it so, so much. And I will see you guys at the end of August. Bye.